All right. Love yourself so that you can love the world. Today, I'll be talking about the concept of self love and the need which we have for it in this world. The themes into which I'm going to break this video down are limiting beliefs regarding self love and why people believe it is something that is selfish, egotistical, or greedy to experience that for yourself. How it is so necessary to embrace that for yourself as we are living in very lonely, isolated times, especially with winter coming up, which is known to be the most lonely, kind of cold, depressing season. Why you loving yourself actually creates more love in the world, and how you are able to effortlessly share love with others just as a byproduct of your existence when that is something you embrace for yourself. Why it allows you to be a happier individual and pursue your desires and the things which truly make you happy, which as a byproduct also make the world a more happy, loving place. Also, how it allows you to attract the positive relationships into your life, as well as you being able to live in a less judgmental and more forgiving and accepting way. So let's start with limiting beliefs which people have regarding self love. Now, people are used to loving other people, right? So it's completely normal to love your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, whatever. But as soon as you mention self love and loving yourself and kind of not externalizing that feeling, but having that for yourself, that's when people seem to have a lot of confusion and negative beliefs which they hold on to, because they believe that it's okay to love somebody else, but it is greedy or egotistical to love yourself, right? Because, I mean, it's you, right? You don't have the right to love yourself. You can only love somebody else. If you want to be loved, that's something which you need to externalize and look for, and depend on another individual to provide for you, when that is actually not the case at all, right? Um, People are able to love their partners, and your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, may not be around forever. However, you yourself are born with yourself, and you are kind of handcuffed to yourself until the day you die, which means that you are, in a sense, forced to become your own friend. And if you were handcuffed to a person, right, until your death, and you knew that you were only ever going to get rid of that person when you die, right, wouldn't you want to develop the most possible kind, loving, forgiving, nurturing, and just overall kind relationship to that individual? Because I believe that's what I would do, right? If I was forced to spend the rest of my days with somebody. However, we spend the rest of our days in our own body, yet people find it so difficult to find love for yourself, find that kindness and forgiveness for themselves, because they just don't believe they are worthy of it, which is a self-limiting belief. If you are trapped with yourself for the rest of your days, it is a very good idea to embrace and learn how to love yourself. Bringing me to the point of you, as a byproduct, making the world a better place when you embrace that for yourself, because the love you are now going to share with the world is only going to be a byproduct of you having that for yourself, right? It becomes effortless. It becomes just a byproduct of you having that feeling for yourself, right? People seem to think that good things need to be worked for, need to be, pushed into, right? You need to like force something to happen. When in reality, when you embrace love and kindness for yourself, the love which you are able to give to the world and other people is a natural, effortless byproduct of you simply embracing that frequency for yourself. Which means that as I've mentioned 1,000 times already, it becomes effortless. And that is so much more powerful than forcing yourself to be kind to others or forcing yourself to love somebody, right? Because if that is something you embrace for yourself, it's just so much easier. It is effortless and only a byproduct, which makes it, in a sense, more productive because you are now not having to put in extra energy or attention towards loving somebody the way you want to or treating the world the way you want to, because if you embrace that for yourself, it is natural, right? It is very important to embrace that self love right now, especially as we are living in lonely times with winter coming up. As we know, in winter times, there are the highest rates of anxiety, depression, suicide statistics go up during the holiday season, during winter, because we are already living in a very divided, isolated world. And winter does not add to that difficulty because not only are you now isolated, but it's also dark and cold, and nobody's, outside kind of playing in the sun. So it is now very important to embrace love for yourself because it is going to make the winter so much more pleasurable, right? So also, when you embrace love for yourself, right, it's gonna speak through your actions, through every little movement, through your words, through the advice you give, through your language, how you treat other people, right? And through the butterfly effect, you are able to have a positive, loving influence on millions of people, right? Because if you make one person happy, give somebody a compliment, uplift somebody, offer them a helping hand, that's a seed that's planted into the world now, and it's gonna spread, it's gonna keep growing and expanding, and you don't know the magic of which you are capable of through the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect really creates that in the world, right? So when you are able to embrace love for yourself, right, you are going to be able to pursue the things you actually want to pursue. You're going to be happier as a result of that. And the things which you are good at, the things which make you happy, are also the things where you're going to be the most productive, right? It's going to be the things which is the most fulfilling, and also what you're going to be the best at, which means that working on that specific thing is going to be so much more productive and effortless for you because you have that loving connection to it, right? They say, like, if you love your job, you're never going to work a day in your life, right? I mean, that's how I feel with my homeopathy studies or with YouTube, for example. I so enjoy making videos. I love editing videos late at night, just on the couch, editing a video, uploading it, stuff like just getting ideas, the constant brainstorming. It's something to which I have a lot of positive energy attached. It's something which I really love, something that really fulfills me. So in a sense, when I'm making these videos, it is not a task, it's not difficult. I don't have to put in any effort because it is something that gives me so much pleasure in return by me doing it, right? That means that if one day, for example, this may become my career, which I believe I'm capable of making happen because I believe I deserve to be um, paid for my brain and my creativity and my ability to communicate the stuff which I communicate. That's the reality I'm trying to create for myself. If that is one day the case, right? Or shall I say, when that is the case, I'm not gonna feel as if I had to put in much effort towards that or work towards that, right? Because it is something to which I have so much positive energy attached. Similarly, if you truly love what you do, if you love your job, or if not the job, but the things which you choose to do in your free time, what you choose to engage with, it's not going to feel like work, right? It's not going to feel like effort. And that brings me to the point that the best things, the things which actually have the most amount of value, are often results of simple manifestation. It's not something you have to force or push yourself or make happen or, struggle for. The things which are authentic, the things which truly align with your path, should come somewhat effortlessly. And that's also difficult to grasp for many people because we are conditioned to believe that good things take a lot of effort and struggle and blood, sweat, and tears, when in reality, I believe that manifesting your desired reality is not something which needs to be painful or difficult or something you need to force or struggle with, right? The most valuable, beautiful things are, in a sense, free and naturally flowing. It's not something which needs to get pushed, right? I don't know how I just tied that into that. That's the connection with work and what you choose to pursue, right? Also, when you embrace love, forgiveness, kindness, and a nurturing spirit towards yourself, you are able to attract the relationships or friendships which are truly going to serve you, right? Because you already set a high standard. You already set that standard for yourself for what you want and expect of other people, right? Because if you are able to love yourself, you are not going to settle for less when it comes to your friendships and relationships, because that is something which you don't have to rely on for other people, meaning that the people who you're gonna allow to enter your life and allow the people who you are going to connect with, they should be at least adding to the love you already have for yourself. But them adding to it is not the same as you depending on them to add that into your life. You must be that love. You must embrace that for yourself, so that is all you are able to attract, right? In the law of attraction sort of vibe, right? Right. When you are more loving for yourself, you are automatically going to be less judgmental of yourself and the world, because if you are able to examine your life, you know that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be, and you are exactly where you have to be, where you should be, and you are doing the best for the knowledge and capability, capacity which you truly hold. You are truly making the best out of what you have and the knowledge which you have, which means that where you are right now is the perfect place for you to be, because that is something you created for yourself to learn and to further develop as an individual, right? And when you embrace love for yourself, you are able to forgive yourself for your past mistakes, your past ignorance, your trials and tribulations. And when you are able to forgive yourself, you are able to forgive the world for the way that it is, and you are able to forgive people for behaving a certain way, because when you embrace that for yourself, it becomes effortless to see the world through that lens. Let me use an example which I've used before on this channel with glasses, right? If you focus on my glasses, right? Me having clear glasses, let's say that's the loving nature, right? Let's say that's the frequency of love. If I, through these glasses, right? If these glasses are the frequency of love, then what I see in the world and the way that I perceive the world and the things I manifest into the world and the manifestations I receive back are all operating on the frequency of love, right? However, when I put on a lens, which would be dark glasses, right? Now, this is the lack of love. This is the absence of love, right? So when I see the world through an absence, a lack of love, that is all that I'm gonna receive in return. I now perceive the world through this darkened lens, and the things I'm able to manifest, I'm only able to manifest through this darkened lens, as well as my manifestations returning to me are only going to return to me based on the darkened lens, right? So work towards removing that lens step by step, one step at a time, for you to get that clear, loving vision of the world, of yourself, and for you to also manifest and treat people from the frequency of love, because then it becomes effortless, it becomes a simple byproduct of you just existing, right? And that is such a powerful place to be, when you creating magic in the world is only a byproduct of you not putting in any effort but just existing. You get what I'm trying to say? Isn't that more powerful than forcing something, than working hard and pushing, suffering, blood, sweat, and tears? That is conditioning. That is not reality. In reality, you can create absolute magic and love for yourself and the world and the people of this planet in an effortless and loving way, just by embracing that for yourself. I hope you now understand that loving yourself is completely not greedy, it's not egotistical, it's not selfish, rather the exact opposite, because it allows so much love to flow into the world naturally. And when it is something that happens naturally, it is also going to be authentic. And authenticity is so high vibrational. There is almost nothing as high vibrational as authentic love. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I could open your mind towards some concepts or help you understand these limiting beliefs. And I hope you can now love yourself more, knowing that this only creates more love for other people and the world as a whole. If you're still here, all love. See ya.